Welcome back to Mike's Miniatures, the place for all things mini wargaming. And in today's episode, I am just going to give you my honest reaction to the big summer preview that Games Workshop just recently did back a couple days ago on the 18th. And yes, I know I'm late to the party because a lot of other, especially bigger YouTube channels, have already gone over the releases and things like that. But in my video today, just because of the nature of my channel, I am wanting to just really focus mostly on the combat patrol boxes and the special characters in this video right here. We'll definitely do another video talking about the kill team and Warhammer the Old World and things like that down the road. But this one's just mostly about the combat patrol boxes here because, as you all know, with my Faction Friday videos, I like to take the factions of Space Marines or Xenos and things like that here, and I like building thematic lists for you to take to your games. I am not a meta chasing combat kind of tournament player. I just like playing fun games with the thematic, and if I lose, I lose. It really doesn't matter because in the end I still have some pretty good looking and fun models that I've built and painted anyway. So and that's how I view my hobby space. Some people may disagree with that, but that is okay. This is also just coming pretty late because at the same time that Games Workshop blessed us with a reveal of all these different models, Papa Nurgle visited me and my family and decided to give us one of his gifts of being summer colds here. And so I am on the tail end of recovery with that, so if my voice sounds off, I do apologize. And my poor wife is also still recovering, so if you hear anything in the background of recordings, that's probably her asking me to help her with something here. So, but we'll just march on through like anybody should, and I'm gonna first do the 3 combat patrol boxes that were announced and revealed before the LVO reveal because these boxes are just fantastic. The first one is for the art that I'm going to review is for the army that I fell in love with when I first started Warhammer 40k and my hobby journey. That's the Black Templars, as you can see right here. Now, the original combat patrol box has the Marshal, the Crusader Squad, the Impulsor, and 5 Space Marines. If you still can find that box, I'm going to have a link down in my video here for that box. I would still try. In fact, I'm going to have affiliate links for all the combat patrols that are out at the time of recording right here. If you can still get this box, get it. The old combat patrol, it's still a good buy, but when this one hits the stores right here, get this one as well. Those 2 combat patrol boxes combined make an excellent starting force for a thematic Black Templar army. In this new one here, right front and center leading the army is our Emperor's Champion model, the unique character model for the Black Templars. You can only have one of them in your army, so buying this box multiple times, you're going to have extras of a model you can't have. So maybe if you buy multiple, use the extra Emperor's Champions as gifts for friends, family, and or just as a practice kit bash model that you can mess around with here. But to help him lead the charge here, we have to his right the Sword Brethren, who are just fantastic knight models. They're probably my favorite generic primary Space Marine model. And then we have way up at the very top, we have their counterpart, or the other end of the coin, the Sword Brethren. So basically, Blade Guard vets have the better defense since they have the shields, but the Sword Brethren have the much better offense. You can have squads of 10 with those guys, and they have many mixed loadouts with the Power Claws, Warhammers, maces, axes, chainswords, it's just fantastic, and combi weapons and things like that. Whereas the Blade Guard vets, I mean, they've got the shield, so they have invuln saves and things like that, and they're no slouch with the melee too with their power weapons. And the sergeant can have the Volkite pistol, plasma pistol, whatever you want that way here. Those combined in your force, just great powerhouse. And then your basic 10-man Primaris Crusader squad, or in this case, since they're getting rid of the old, I guess it's just the Crusader squad here. You can kit them about as with all shooting with the shotguns and the bolt rifles, and as you can see, the one over there, he has the big old Black Templar flamer gun, like an Infernus. This was the Infernus Marine before the Infernus Marines became a thing. Or you just fit them out to be all melee with chainswords, bolt pistols, and power fists, and the sergeant with his power weapon. That's honestly how I would do it, because Black Templars, they're okay and good at shooting, but they're much better with melee. So get this box when it comes onto the shelf if you can. When it eventually shows up on Amazon, I'm gonna get this box, whether at my local hobby store or at Amazon, for that sweet discount. Never buy directly from Games Workshop because they're just astronomical pricing. So yeah, this is the one to get. The other one I would definitely get is, even if even if you don't like the theme of the army, I think you'll like these models, and that would be the Space Wolves right here. And I mean, if you like Crusaders in space like I do, great. I also love Vikings in space, and that's just what these guys are. Their old combat patrol was more of a generic Space Marine combat happened to have a Space Wolf lieutenant model leading them. These guys, there's no questions about them. This is Space Wolves. Got your Space Wolf Terminator squad. They have their leader unit here right there front and center with his sword and round shield. Just fantastic. The Bloodclaw 10-man unit, which is basically like an Primaris aggressive assault intercessor squads, but they have special rules. Being Space Wolves, they can attack just almost as well or just as well as Black Templars. Just fantastic. And for their unique centerpiece, it's not really much of a centerpiece. The Terminators are kind of more of a centerpiece than them. You have a somewhat older sculpt with the Wolfen, because Space Wolves got to go all full out. You have werewolves as Space Marines. I mean, if Blood Angels can be vampires as Space Marines, I guess you can have werewolves to be the counter for them here. Got to have all the fantasy in there. So those, I mean, they're older sculpts. I think they're originally from like 2015, 2016. So they're definitely over 10 years old sculpts by now, and I know a lot of folks that I've talked to that like the Space Wolves and collect them, kind of wish that if they were going to do them, maybe have them get a range refresh and update with them, because they're still kind of more on the Primaris Firstborn kind of scaling a little bit, but maybe they've been upgraded a little. I don't know. I don't collect Space Wolves normally, but after seeing this box, I probably will get I am going to be getting this box sometime down in the future, just to build and review and paint it up. This is just fantastic. The third box that we got from Games Workshop is an update from the Tyranids. So we're no longer going to have the other half of the Ultimate Starter box set as the Tyranid Combat Patrol. We now have this one where it has like Gene Stealers and a couple of assault bugs, I'm not sure what they're called, and the one with the cannon. Basically, I don't play Tyranid, so I don't know the names of these units here, but I know that this, with the Ultimate Starter set, those two combined, I mean, that's a swarm of bugs to just shoot. You can definitely get your Starship Trooper kind of vibe feel collecting this army with that. It's just, I mean, they're good looking models all around. Not my thing to collect and paint these guys, because I'm definitely more of a Space Marine guy, but I would definitely go for one of these boxes here if I decide to start collecting Tyranids for either myself or a family member that doesn't want to paint or build, but they want to play the game. I'll probably get something like this for them. And as for the other Xenos, not human anymore, race, we've got the Space Dwarves right here. Their combat patrol was pretty good already, but now they've got definitely an upgrade with more models. My biggest thing with these guys, or just any combat patrol box, right? I like having... I don't really care too much about the rules. The rules are nice if they work and are thematic and well, but I just like being able to have more. Feels like a better deal, and having a centerpiece big vehicle, that's something that I feel a lot of them miss, especially these guys. It'd be nice if they had one of their tanks or something there as a centerpiece, then things like that, but I get that they have like their Terminator variant melee guys right up front there, and they've got their gravity cannon up there higher on the mountain there. Overall, these guys they're still pretty cool. I am not disappointed in this combat patrol. I'm not going to be collecting these guys anytime soon, but if I were collecting Votann, this is probably... I would not be upset in getting this just as a starter for kicks and giggles, because who doesn't need more dwarves in space, right? And now we're at the point where we're at the big summer review. The first Combat Patrol box that right here, the Imperial Fists. Oh my goodness, these guys, these revealed combat patrols from here on out, they're not on the shelves yet, but when they get on here, I am getting one of every single one of them, and I'm turning every single one of them into an Argent Templar for my army. Because every single one of these boxes will definitely help expand your own custom Space Marine force. You could get these ones here, and with all the transfers, and if they still will come with upgraded sprues with them, with some of those unique shoulder pads and that, which I would hope Games Workshop would include in this, but it kind of sounds like they aren't. But if they do include them, these are great value boxes for if you want to start these particular factions, like this case with the Imperial Fists, or if you want to just keep those extra boxes so you can expand on your Death Watch army. Here we go. So we've got the Imperial Fist. They've got the heroes of the chapter kind of leading this combat patrol unit with a 5-man Terminator squad right here in the middle. And then at the top, it's a little difficult to tell, but on the left here, you have the heavy intercessors, and on the right, we have the regular intercessors. So the heavy intercessors are the tougher armored ones and slow moving. The right have the objective controlling, somewhat faster normal Space Marines. Definitely bolt guns everywhere with these guys, and it very thematic with Imperial Fists, and I just love this box. The other box that I really love is this one here, the Salamanders. They have Agrax Akatone or whatnot here as the character model, and then we've got 10 Infernus Marines, because Salamanders are the Burna Boys, with 5 Assault Intercessors, 3 Eradicators with those Meltaguns right there, and then we have the Primaris ATV that could have the Gatling gun or the Meltagun, like in the case of this photo here, is probably how they want you to build it. But this is definitely a good expansion for any Space Marine army, and especially a good starting point for a Salamander force. And when we do the Faction Friday focus for this one, like we're going to do with all the others here, I'm going to go over how I would expand a Salamander force using this Combat Patrol box along with any others. But my favorite Combat Patrol box so far, just because I love the looks of the models that they revealed. Here we go, the Raven Guard. I just freaking love this art. I love this Combat Patrol. It's a very good, sneaky, fast attack one. We've got your jump pack captain right there in the center, leading the force of 5 jump pack Space Marines right there. So those are your fast attack kind of guys. your Invictor tactical war suit to be able to march onto the field and scout up ahead to help your Phobos Marines right here. In this case, the infiltrators, the 10-man infiltrator squad here to secure those objectives and just harass the enemy and prevent them from deep striking. This is definitely, for me, if I was playing Raven Guard, I'm definitely getting this box for sure. But even just as for my Argent Templars, I'm going to get this box because I want every single one of those on my army, because I play against like Genestealer cults and things like that. And deep strike, infiltration, and things like that is something my army is super weak at, and this is a fantastic box to expand on that. So this will probably be one of the first one I get once these combat patrols hit the shelves, and I can't wait to give a reveal of what's inside the box for you guys with here on how to building the kit with that. But not every combat patrol was super stellar, and the poor Iron Hands. I mean, I'm glad the Iron Hands are getting a little bit of love from Games Workshop, but it definitely seems like they missed out on an opportunity with their combat patrol. 2 5-man squad of heavy intercessors, 2 of the turret guns right here, and then you have your Tech Marine, who's the Space Marine that can repair vehicles, and I guess he could technically repair those little turret guns going back and forth if you want. I'm sorry, guys. I'll still get this box to kind of review it, and because I would probably just for my own personal collection like to have this box and have the bits for if it has that sprue for the Iron Hands included with the not just transfer sheets but others in there. I would probably still get the box for that, but that's probably the majority of the value would come from this box here. If you love the heavy intercessors, definitely this is a good one. It's like an auto include to get more of those, but honestly, Iron Hands, you were played dirty with this. I think that it would have been better if they got rid of the turrets, got rid of one of the 5-man heavy intercessors, and let's replace them with a Redemptor Dreadnought model, or just any Dreadnought model. I'd pick the Redemptor just because of the more versatility of the Redemptor, and then just because this is Iron Hands right here, maybe give them another type of a vehicle, or keep one of the guns as you could keep one of the turret guns as that, or switch out both the turret guns for that Redemptor Dreadnought and possibly a Gladius tank or something like that. Having 2 vehicles and the 1 heavy intercessor squad with the Tech Marine, that would have been an ideal combat patrol for these guys here. But sadly, this is what they got. This is what we'll live with. And if Games Workshop is listening to this video for some reason, please, let's after a bit, let's update this one. This one needs the most love right here. The other one that I love, I don't think it needs too much more love right here, is the White Scars. Now, I love the fact that it has this hero character that they finally came out with. What's his name? Sabodin Khan, the White Scars leader on jet bike. And this jet bike, the hover jet bike, oh my goodness, that's just fantastic. I hope that with the Outrider squad, that's the 3 bikes this is going to come with. I haven't built one of those kits yet, and I plan on getting one of those down in the future, probably with getting this Combat Patrol box, and do a review of how they're built and things like that for you guys. But I've heard that those kits are kind of they're not the best kits, and they're more of a monopose kind of a deal. Maybe if down the road, maybe 5-10 years, Games Workshop can give us more of these jet bikes like what Sabodin Khan has right here. That would be fantastic. But then they have the Assault Intercessors on the Impulsor. For my general Astral Templar army, my custom army here, I'm still going to get this box for the vehicles aspect of it here, but Saboden Khan, I am going to have, when I get this box, I'm going to have you as just a collection piece. I'm going to paint you up like a White Scar, because you are a White Scar, and you are just a fantastic, beautiful model. Good for anybody's collection, whether you collect White Scars or not. He's just a good, gorgeous model. But now, obviously we had the model for him, but there were other character models that were released. So right here we have the Imperial Fist hero receiving a brand new sculpt, Darneth Lannister, and this sculpt for this model is just beautiful. The Terminator, the shoulder cloak, which is just gorgeous. I love that power hammer, and then that shield. Oh, it's just gorgeous. This model right here is kind of what I was imagining for Balin Malric, my custom chapter master. This model is kind of how I imagined him. I may just, I want to get this model and do some of my own conversions and just make a new Terminator version of my chapter master using this model, because I love that hammer, I love that shield and the armor and that epic pose. I mean, this is just gorgeous, and whether you play Imperial Fist or not, this is just a good model I would want to have. And then the Salamanders also got a beautiful updated model as well, with Vulcan Histan. His model, I mean, his old model was really good, highly detailed, but it was a resin metal model. That's one of the reasons I never got one or started Salamanders with that guy. But this new plastic kit with him walking through the flames, and the update with his Primarisified scale and everything, oh my goodness, I am gonna want to get this model when it comes out too. If you couldn't tell, I'm just going to want to get every single one of them, and by the time I have enough money, I'll probably be in my 80s, but hey, you never know, we'll just try. Now, this model here, the Raven Guard model, I say this all the time with different releases, this makes me want to start another army with this, in this case, the Raven Guard army. Atheon Shan, the new Raven Guard chapter master. Oh my goodness, this, I mean, what's to say more about it? It's a chapter master, jump pack space marine, those power claws, wow, just cool. This model, when I saw this, after the reveal, I mean, I just went on doing research on Raven Guard because I needed to learn more. I've heard that Raven Guard are often teased as the emo space marines, and you only collect them if you want to let out your inner emo child. But seeing this guy, I'm like, man, I guess I need to start listening to some emo music or something when I get this one to paint him up for a collection piece right here. I mean, just gorgeous all around. And just kind of to end it off here with the heroes that were released, we have the Iron Hand hero, Canuck Var. I mean, nothing too special about this one, because like I said, poor Iron Hands, you got done dirty. You got some love, and that's nice, but I would like to have seen a bit more love for you here. Maybe I just don't know too much. I'm not collected your army or done too much lore and research on it. I haven't hyperfixated on you guys, so forgive me if I'm not showing enough oomph when it comes to this guy, but I do love this model. I love that power maul that he has right here. I love the color scheme because it's just like Black Templars. I like how they have the helmets and the guns are the white casing. I never thought of that. That would be pretty cool if I did that for a squad of my Black Templars. It gets me thinking. But anyways, I do like this model. I think that we could have just had a little bit more done with it for you guys here. But that's really my video here, reviewing the reveals of the Combat Patrols with their heroes here. If you guys liked the video, please do so at the bottom. Comment. Tell me what was your favorite reveal or combat patrol out of the box here. Which one are you going to get first, or if you're going to get any. And if you don't like any of the combat patrols or anything, or especially you poor Eldar and everything like that, just let me know in the comments too. But overall, use the links down below for any of the combat patrols that are still out there. Get them while you can before they're replaced, the good ones, especially the Black Templar one. But until next time, guys, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Miniatures, and bye-bye.